After the cold and beautiful female president became blind, I walked around in front of her shirtless every day. The woman sat on the sofa calmly and silently, but her ears were always red, and sometimes she had a nosebleed for no reason. Until later she forced me into a corner. Husband, I really can't bear it anymore. Just because I passed through the book and became a top rich second generation. But in the end I became the stepping stone for the protagonist. In order to change the ending of a dog-licking man with a broken family, I decisively chose the blind villain Lang Yu to keep warm, faced with my persistent courtship. The female president who only wanted revenge had to agree to be my wife and satisfy me. I had different little habits in order to stop me from bothering her. After receiving the original owner's memory, I couldn't help but be speechless. Fortunately, when I was in the book, I also awakened the universe pure love system. As long as I did pure love, I could exchange for various items that allowed me to protect myself. After sorting out my thoughts, I immediately had an idea. Among the villains in this book, I can only be regarded as a small scoundrel, and the real boss is a blind woman. At the end of the book, she killed the protagonist, but the protagonist said something like friendship and not letting down his partners, so he died with her. Then some information about Lang Yu and the Lang family came into my mind. The Lang family was strong at the beginning, but the Gu family I belonged to was the top family in Zhangchai City. It was just because of a mysterious massacre 5 years ago that the Lang family was almost wiped out. Lang Yu, who had this kind of hatred for genocide, would become a cold-blooded revenge villain. Thinking of this, the corners of my mouth rose slightly. As long as I hold the final villain now, I can survive to the end at the very least, and I can also complete the pure love system task. I think I am not young anymore, so I want to try to get along with them. As soon as I finished speaking, Sung Rong couldn't help but exclaimed in surprise, "Son, what did you say? Don't you want Shenwan anymore?" My mother was quite shocked by what I said just now, because the original owner had said before that he would not marry anyone but Shenwan, and had a big fight with his parents for this. Now I explained righteously, "Mom, Shenwan doesn't like me. Why should I force it? It's better to get married and start a family as soon as possible. So can you go and talk to the Lang family?" Hearing this, my mother excitedly held the phone, patted her chest and agreed. "Don't worry, son, since it is your grandfather who arranged the marriage. It is natural for us to propose marriage." After hanging up the phone, Sung Rong excitedly ran to my father and said, "Tianming, it's great, my son finally let go of Shenwan. Do you remember the marriage arranged by the old man and the Lang family?" But Gu Tianming was dumbfounded when he heard this. "It's over. The object of the Lang family's marriage is a blind person." Sung Rong was also panicked when he learned of this fact. "No way. My son just lost Shenwan, and now there is a disabled person." Gu get it. According to the boy's personality, if he knows that the woman is blind, he will definitely not agree to this marriage, and then give the Lang family some compensation. Freeing the Lang family of the Queen of Heaven, a woman with her eyes closed sat at the desk, with a fresh and elegant temperament. Although she could not see the colors of this world, her beauty was not affected. This person was Lang Yu, the eldest daughter of the Lang family. In order to let the enemy hidden in the dark relax their vigilance, she did not hesitate to destroy her eyes and became a disabled person. It's been 5 years. I didn't expect that 5 years have passed. Just as Lang Yu was muttering to herself, a girl with dyed yellow hair ran in. Without thinking, Lang Yu also knew who came. She continued to explore the knowledge in the book calmly, and asked without looking back, "Linger, what's the matter?" Ling Linger is the second daughter of the Lang family and Lang Qinyu's biological sister. But when she came to the study and saw Lang Qinyu's, her angry expression instantly restrained. Sister, the Gu family is too much. Lang Qinyu's sighed. What's wrong with the Gu family? It should have nothing to do with a small family like ours. After saying that, she was filled with murderous intent. Although there was no evidence that the Gu family was involved in the incident, they were also suspected by Lang Qinyu's. Lang Linger did not notice her sister's abnormality. She said helplessly, "This is related. The Gu family and grandfather arranged a baby marriage. Now, the young master of the Gu family is preparing to come here to discuss this marriage. The object of the baby marriage is you, sister." After the voice fell, Lang Qinyu's was silent. Now things have changed, and the Lang family is no longer the Lang family that it was before. Lang Linger on the side grumbled in dissatisfaction. Sister, I don't want you to get married. You are my only sister. Lang Qinyu's listened to Lang Linger's words and suddenly felt funny. Don't cry. The young master of the Gu family didn't come to marry me at all. If I'm not mistaken, the so-called eldest son of the Gu family should come to reject this marriage. After saying that, Lang Qinyu's felt calm in her heart. Ever since she destroyed her eyes in the family incident, she has lost the desire for love. She knows that revenge is the only way for her to go in this life. On the other hand, Lang Linger was upset when she heard this, so he came to cancel the engagement. Damn, just a male trap. Hearing this, Lang Qinyu's sighed helplessly. Okay, let's go downstairs and wait first. I don't know what kind of scene the other party will use to cancel the engagement. At this time in the living room on the first floor, Lang X and Anne, the current head of the Lang family, was sitting on the sofa on the side, feeling uneasy. He swallowed nervously and looked at me with some uneasiness. I was sitting on the sofa with a smile on my face, staring at Lang Qinyu's who was sitting opposite me. Is this the final villain in the future? Even if the other party is now blind, it is difficult to hide the other party, sort of like a flower on the mountain. It is, indeed, beautiful and moving. Lang Qinyu's pretty face turned to me, and her red lips opened slightly. Master Gu, I already know what you came to our Lang family for today. In fact, Lang Qinyu's also guessed the purpose of my visit. Gu family is one of the top families in Zhanghe City, and their eldest son Gu Haochen is the #1 lick dog of Qin family's daughter. He came here for the baby marriage. But he must have come to cancel the marriage. Combined with the other party's previous behaviors, it is likely to win Shenwan's favor. At this time I felt a little surprised. I didn't expect my mother to be so efficient and the matter was conveyed so quickly. But why didn't Lang Qinyu's have any idea of resistance? I have prepared many excuses. Now I have to get straight to the point. Since Qinyu's knows the purpose of my coming here, then things will be easy. After that he ordered a white-haired butler behind him. Lao Gao, take that out. Lang Qinyu's was also calm and indifferent. As early as that year, she had vowed that she would only seek revenge in this life. Whether to cancel the marriage or not would not affect her mood at all. Only Lang Linger was full of anger. Although canceling the marriage was the result she wanted, she just felt very unhappy. At this time, Lao Gao had already taken out 2 documents. I picked up a document and handed it to Lang X and Anne, who was sitting on the sofa beside me, and chuckled. Master Lang, take a look at this document. Lang X and Anne took the slightly thick document and was stunned. Why, the divorce agreement is so thick. Then I put the special document in front of Lang Qinyu's and said softly, Qinyu's, I know you can't see, so I made a braille version of the document for you. Lang Qinyu's was stunned for a moment. Braille. This young master of the Gu family knew that he was blind, and he took great pains to make a braille divorce document. Then, She calmly touched the document on the square table with her hand. However, the document was a certain distance away from Lang Qinyu's fingertips. Seeing this, I quickly reached out and held her hand, and put her hand on the document. The moment my palm entered my palm, I clearly felt a tremor. At the same time, a mechanical sound came from my mind. Touching the pure love object, the score is increased by 1. This scene was also seen by Len and Ingner, who immediately said angrily, "Pervert, let go." After the voice fell, Len Qinyuyu also broke free from my hand. Seeing this, I waved my hand awkwardly. Sorry, I just want to help you." Hearing this, Len Qinyuyu didn't say anything anyway. I would not have anything to do with the other party in the future. She exhaled lightly, slowly touched the braille document, and began to read it. Time passed by and Ling Exinen looked at the document and was shocked. He suddenly raised his head and looked at Len Qinyuyu, opened his mouth to say something, but quickly suppressed the shock in his heart. He looked at me with incredible eyes. Len Qinyuyu, who was standing aside, had already read the name of this document. Wai Wei turned to me and asked lightly, "What does this mean?" This document was not the document of breaking off the engagement as they thought, but an agreement on the transfer of 5 of the shares of Gu Family Group. You should know that the market value of Gu Jie Group is conservatively estimated to be 1 trillion, and the value of this 5 can be imagined. This is too much help to their current Lang family. Hearing this, I looked at Lang Qinyuyu gently. "Qinyuyu, don't you understand? This is a little sincerity of my proposal this time. I own 10 of the group's shares, so I will give half to you. Qinyuyu, after all, we will be a family in the future." After hearing this, Lang Qinyuyu was stunned on the spot. She stood up directly, and her tone was finally no longer as calm as before. She asked in an incredible voice, "Propose marriage? What's the situation? Why is it still a proposal? Aren't you here to break off the engagement?" At this time, Len Qinyuyu was completely stunned. How could he still think of proposing marriage as a blind man? Even gave such a big gift. Seeing this, I also stood up with a very sincere tone. "Yes, marry me, Qinyuyu. I will treat you well for the rest of my life." Len Qinyuyu still felt real in her heart, so direct. But this is not a question of whether it will last a lifetime or not. She resisted in her heart. How could she possibly date or get married now? What's more, the Gu family has not yet been completely included in her whitelist. My next Nan was also stunned. "Young master, aren't you Shen Wayne or a slicker? Why did you come to find my eldest niece?" Ling Linger also thought of this. She quickly stood up and yelled at me, "Bah! You are a dog man full of lies. You have been pursuing Miss Sheng before. Why do you say you like my eldest sister now?" Hearing this, Len Qinyuyu also found a reason to refuse. "Young Master Gu, if you were just looking for a substitute for Shenwaner, then I think we are still not suitable." Seeing their reactions, I took a deep breath and looked up at Len Qinyuyu. Even though the other party couldn't see it, I still pretended to be sincere. "No, you are not a substitute. In fact, since I learned that Grandpa had arranged a marriage between you and me, I have liked you, Miss Lang. But you were the most talented woman in John Hai City back then, and I was just an Andy boy who had nothing else to offer except being rich and handsome. I knew I was not worthy of you, so I wanted to work hard to make myself worthy of you. But before that time came, I heard that you, Qinyuyu, were blind." Speaking of this, I walked to Len Qinyuyu, held her hand, and said sincerely, "No matter what you become, I love you, and I will treat you well for the rest of my life." At this time, Len Qinyuyu wanted to break free from my hand, but found that I was holding it tightly, and the other party's tone was very sincere, as if what he said was really true. Lang Linger blushed when she heard this. She stood up and opened her mouth, cursing, "Who would believe this nonsense?" My next Nan was stunned. When he heard this, he looked at me, who was sincere in front of him, and was a little shocked in his heart. No, are you serious? He swallowed his saliva and looked at Lin Qiu, who didn't say a word. In fact, no one knew one thing. That is, the person behind their Lang family was actually his eldest niece, Lin Qiu. Time passed by and Lin Qiu finally said, I understand. Seeing this, Ling Linger was stunned. Sister, do you really want to agree? Getting this answer, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. The first step to avoid the death ending was finally perfect. I held Lin Qiu's hand tightly and said excitedly, Great. Great, Qiu, I swear to treat you well. Lin Qiu, I remained silent. She didn't want to really become a couple with me. But she changed her mind and thought, since I am so loyal to her that I even took out all the shares of the group, then can I use the Gu family group to help me find the murderer behind the incident that year? Gu, Hao Chen, you may never think that I actually have another purpose for you, right? At this point, Lin Qiu's red lips curled up proudly, and the corners of my mouth couldn't help but rise, because the system's prompt sound was bouncing wildly in my mind, and the rapidly increasing points made me feel elated. If I hold Qiu's hand for 24 hours, my points will increase by thousands or tens of thousands. Then won't I be able to empty the system store one day? Although Lin Qiu had some plans in mind before that, Master Gu, can you please let go of my hand first? I'm going to start reading, he said with a fake smile. Although he agreed to be with Gu Haochen on the surface, it was all to use him. In his opinion, this young master was a pure love idiot, and he must be easily controlled by him, so he wanted to avoid this kind of skin contact as much as possible. But he didn't expect that after confirming the relationship, this shameless man insisted on not leaving and had to come up to see what he usually did. It was really inappropriate to drive someone away just after agreeing to the other party's proposal, so I had to agree. I came up to the study room. Of course, I touched her with my hands during this period, saying, I'm afraid you can't see it, so I'll hold you a little. After hearing Lin Qiu ask me to let go, I reluctantly let go, feeling that the other party let go of him. Lin Qiu finally relaxed a little. He sat in his original exclusive seat, with a serious look on his pretty face, thinking quickly about future plans. Seeing that he didn't speak, I gently called him, Lang Lang. Lin Qiu ignored me and continued to think. First, take advantage of Gu Haochen's love for me, and step by step take over the other party's Gu family group through my own means. Seeing that he didn't respond, I continued to shout, King, you know, I miss you every day. Lin Qiu was a little speechless in her heart, and continued to plan by the way, accumulate strength in secret and find the murderer behind the scenes. Seeing that he didn't respond, I shouted again, Qiu, why don't you pay attention to me? I'm so sad. This damn man. Lin Qiu's thoughts were all disrupted by me. She turned her head in the direction of the voice. Although she couldn't see the other party, for some reason, she seemed to see a disgusting face next to her. And I saw Lin Qiu finally looking towards me, and I was also happy. Qiu, I want to ask you, Ling, Qiu, which one do you like me to call you? After saying that, I blinked and looked at Lin Qiu. Although I came to Lin Qiu for points and to survive, I have to admit that Lin Qiu's personality and appearance really touched my heart, making me want to have pure love with her. Lin Qiu was very crazy when she heard this question. What kind of names are these? I don't like any of them. You better hurry up. Let's go. Looking at Lin Qiu's silence, I was a little surprised why he didn't speak. But the next second I suddenly realized that Lin Qiu must not like it. So, I changed the name again. Qiu, then I call you my wife and baby, okay? The moment he heard this name, Len Qinyu's heart trembled, and he turned his head away quickly, so that I wouldn't notice his expression changing in that instant. This damn dog, man, what kind of mushy words are you talking about? Len Qinyue blushed. How could someone say such mushy and disgusting words? I don't like it. You should just call me Qinyue. I thought Len Qinyue was angry when I saw his reaction just now. But if he stayed in the study, it would be difficult for me to do it. So I asked, well, Qinyue, what do you have to do now? Or should we go out for a walk? Hearing this, Len Qinyue was slightly startled. Since he destroyed his own eyes, he has never left the house. After all he thought about was revenge. Going out was a waste of time. He then refused. No time. I'm very busy now. I want to read a book. Please be quiet. Then he began to read a Braille book in front of me. Seeing this scene, I was not disappointed. The other party is now a blind man, and he will become a big villain in the future. It is definitely unscientific to let the other party really like and trust me now. But there is a long way to go. Do I have enough time to improve my favorability? Just looked at Qinyue here. Qinyue? You don't know as long as I see you, my heart. Before he finished speaking, Len Qinyue turned his head viciously. I understood it instantly, shut up obediently, and sat aside and watched him silently. Len Qinyue had a sit down, man. Why are people so annoyed? Time passed by minute. I sat next to Len Qinyue and flipped through the books. There was no book I could understand after all. They were all in Braille. I looked at Len Qinyue, who was quietly groping for Braille with his fingers. Has he been spending all these years like this? Constantly absorbing knowledge, getting stronger and accumulating strength, and finally becoming the biggest villain. It's really amazing, worthy of being my pure love object. Len Qinyue, who was standing aside, realized that he had been watching for a long time. But he didn't hear Gu Haochen's annoying voice. For a moment, he couldn't help wondering, is this person gone? Thinking of this, he called softly, Gu Haochen. I was about to reply, but my eyes rolled. The corners of my mouth curled up slightly. Holding my breath, I deliberately didn't say anything, slowly stood up and backed away. Len Qinyue, I thought I had left him when he didn't get a reply, and he couldn't help but feel strange. Why did this guy leave without saying a word? He shook his head. Maybe it was because the noisy room suddenly became silent, which made Len Qinyue a little uncomfortable for a while. Since Len Qinyue and I confirmed our relationship, the day seemed to be it was calm, but the undercurrent was surging. Every day at the Len family, I tried to improve my favorability with Qinyue in various ways, and at the same time I was secretly watching for possible crises. This day I came to the Len family as usual, preparing to make a hearty lunch for Len Qinyue and Len Linger. As soon as I walked into the kitchen, I heard Len Linger complaining angrily in the living room. I'm so angry. That Shinqian actually said bad things about me everywhere in school, and said that I was with a rich brother-in-law and wanted to fly up to the tree and become a phoenix. I paused. Shenjian? This name made me alert instantly. In the original book, he was the guy who caused trouble. Now he actually set his sights on Len Linger. It seems that the previous lesson was not enough. I walked out of the kitchen, came to Len Linger, patted her on the shoulder, and comforted her. Linger, don't be angry. He is just jealous that you have a good brother-in-law. Don't worry, I will handle this matter. Len Linger raised her head, tears flashing in her eyes, and said a grieved lie. Brother-in-law, he said it so badly that I can't face anyone at school. Believe me, you won't have another chance to say nonsense. My eyes turned cold, and I had a plan in my mind. At the same time, Len Qinyue also heard the movement and groped over. Although she couldn't see, her keen hearing made her aware of the wrong atmosphere. What happened? I walked to her side, held her hand and whispered, Kinkyu, it was Shenkin who spread rumors about Linger in school. I'm going to meet him and let him know the consequences of talking nonsense. Lang Kinkyu frowned slightly with a trace of worry on his face. You be careful. That Shenchen has the support of the Shen family behind him. Although we now have the support of the Gu family, we can't take it lightly. I held her hand tightly and gave her a reassuring smile. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. After leaving the Lang family, I went directly to the bar where Shenchen often hangs out. As soon as I entered the door, I saw Shenchen hugging a few beauties and dancing in the dance floor. I strode over, grabbed his collar, and pulled him out of the dance floor. Shenchen was startled by my sudden action. When he saw that it was me, his face instantly became ugly. Gu Hao Chen, what are you doing? With a warning in my eyes, Shenchen. Are you tired of living? You dare to spread rumors about Linger in school. Shenchen broke free from my hand and smiled disapprovingly. Oh, who did I think it was? It turned out to be the blind licker of the Lang family. What else can you do to me? His words completely angered me, and I punched him hard in the face. Keep your mouth clean. I warn you. Go to school immediately to clarify the facts and apologize to Linger. Otherwise, you will regret it. Shenchen staggered a few steps after being hit by me. Covering his face, a trace of fear flashed in his eyes. But it was soon replaced by anger. Gu Hao Chen, you dare to hit me. You wait, I won't let you go. I snorted coldly. I'll wait for you. But before that, you'd better think about how to solve your own troubles. By the way, let me remind you that you should pay back the money you borrowed from me before, right? Shen Tian's face turned pale and he stammered, I have no money. No money. I approached him and said word by word. Then you can wait for the lawsuit. After that, I turned and left the bar. I knew that Shen Tian would not give up, and he would definitely go to Shen Wan'er for help. And Shen Wan'er, as a heroine in the original book, has always regarded Shen Tian as her precious brother, and she will definitely not sit idly by. Sure enough, not long after, I received a call from Shen Wan'er. As soon as the call was connected, her angry voice came. Gu Hao Chen, why did you do this to my brother? Didn't he just say a few jokes? Why did you make such a fuss? I said calmly, Shen Han, a joke. His words have hurt Linger. Besides, he should pay back the money he borrowed from me before. You, Shen Hainer's voice trembled with anger. Gu Hao Chen, don't forget that our Shen family is not easy to mess with. If you continue to target my brother, I will not let you have an easy time. I chuckled. Shen Han'er, I advise you to take care of your brother and stop him from causing trouble. Otherwise, even the Shen family can't protect him. After that, I hung up the phone. I knew that a bigger crisis was coming. Shen Wan'er would not give up easily. She would definitely try her best to deal with me and the Lang family. Back at the Lang family, I told Lang Kinkyu, Yu and Lang Linger what happened. After hearing this, Lang Linger said excitedly, Brother-in-law, you are so powerful. You dare to teach that Shenchuan a lesson. But will he retaliate against us? I touched her head and comforted her. Don't be afraid, I'm here and won't let him hurt you. Lang Kinkyu, Yu fell into deep thought. After a moment, she said, How Chen Shen Wan'er won't give up. We must be prepared to deal with it. I will let Meizu pay close attention to the movements of the Shen family, and notify us immediately if there is any movement. I nodded, okay, we can't just sit there and wait for death. I will let the people of the Gu family take action to strengthen the protection of the Lang family. Just as we were discussing countermeasures, Shaolin suddenly appeared in the Lang family. He was dressed in a black suit, with cold eyes and a strong aura. The moment I saw him, I knew that trouble was coming. Xiaolin strode in front of me, his eyes full of hostility. Gu Hao-chen, you have been too much recently. For a blind man and a yellow-haired girl, you actually took action against Shen Tian. Have you forgotten that the Shen family is not someone you can offend? I met his gaze fearlessly. Xiaolin, Shen Tian has brought this upon himself. He hadn't caused any trouble. I wouldn't have done anything to him. Besides, Lang Tingqiu is not blind. She is the person I love the most, and I will never let anyone who dares to hurt her go. Xiaolin sneered. The person you love the most? Gu Hao-chen. Do you think I will believe you when you say that? I think you just want to use the Lang family to achieve your own goals. Before I could refute, Lang Tingqiu stood up. Although she couldn't see, her tone was firm and cold. Xiaolin, this is the Lang family, not a place for you to run wild. If you are here to ask for an explanation, please go back. Xiaolin looked at Lang Tingqiu with a flash of surprise in his eyes, but soon returned to indifference. Lang Tingqiu, I advise you not to get too close to Gu Hao-chen. He's not a good person, and will only bring you trouble. Lang Tingqiu raised the corner of his mouth slightly, revealing a mocking smile. My affairs are not yours to take care of. Besides, I believe Hao-chen. He will not let me down. Seeing that his persuasion was fruitless, Xiaolin's eyes became even colder. Well, since you don't listen to my advice, don't blame me for being rude. Gu Hao-chen will see. After that, Xiaolin turned and left the Ling family. Looking at his departing back, I knew that a bigger storm was coming. But I'm not afraid because I have Lang Tingqiu's trust in the support of the pure love system. I believe that we will be able to overcome the difficulties and protect each other. Xiaolin's visit was like throwing a boulder into a calm lake, stirring up thousands of waves. That night, Lang Tingqiu sat in the study, unconsciously stroking the braille book with her fingertips. Although her face was calm, her tense shoulders revealed her inner uneasiness. Hao-chen, Xiaolin is coming with such a fierce momentum this time. I'm afraid that the Shen family is behind it. Lang Tingqiu suddenly spoke. Her voice was clear but with a hint of imperceptible worry. Since he can come directly to our door, it means that he has already started to act against us. I walked to her side, gently held her hand, and felt the slight coolness of her fingertips. Tingqiu, don't worry. No matter what conspiracy they have, I will not let you and Linger get hurt. Although Xiaolin is the male protagonist, we are not soft persimmons that can be manipulated by others. As she was speaking, Lang Linger ran in a hurry, her little face flushed. Sister, brother-in-law, it's not good. The school is saying that our Lang family is with the Gu family to seize property, and that Sister Yu means to confuse brother-in-law. Lang Tingqiu's hands tightened suddenly, and her face turned pale in an instant. These rumors are not only slanders against her, but also slanders against the Lang family. I was furious. These people really did everything they could to attack us and made up such rumors. Linger, don't worry. I patted Linger's shoulder and comforted her. I will deal with it right away, and I will make the rumor monger pay the price. I took out my cell phone and immediately contacted the Gu family's media contacts, asking them to thoroughly investigate the source of the rumor and prepare a clarification statement. At the same time, I also asked Lao Gao to arrange people to go to the school to appease Linger's classmates to prevent the rumor from spreading further. However, things are more complicated than I thought. Just as I was about to fight back, problems arose within the Gu family. My father, Gu Tianming, called me back home with a serious face, and the atmosphere in the living room was so depressing that it was hard to breathe. Hao-chen, you have been too close to the Lang family recently. Gu Tianming frowned, his eyes full of worry. It's rumored outside that our Gu family is going to unite with the Lang family and swallow up other families. People on the board of directors have begun to question my decision. and some have even proposed to replace me. My heart tightened. It was obvious that someone was behind the scenes, deliberately creating conflicts within the Gu family. Dad, these are all rumors. Yu and I are together only because of love, and there is absolutely no other purpose. The Lang family also needs our help now, and we can't abandon them at this time. Gu Jianming sighed, I know what you think, but the business world is like a battlefield, and there is no room for emotion. The situation of the Gu family is very dangerous now. If it is not handled well, the foundation we have worked hard for may be destroyed. I looked at my father firmly. Dad, believe me. I have a way to solve these problems, which can not only resolve the crisis of the Gu family, but also make those who spread rumors and cause trouble pay the price. While the internal contradictions of the Gu family intensified, Lang Qinkyu, Ayu did not sit idly by. Through the forces she secretly cultivated, she found out the mastermind behind the rumors. And it turned out that it was the Shen family who was making trouble. Moreover, Shen Hana also contacted other families and prepared to unite to deal with us. Lang Qinkyu called me to the Lang family, with a cold, murderous look on her face. How Chen, the Shen family is too much. Since they don't want us to have an easy life, we don't have to be polite. I have asked Mazer to arrange some people to teach the Shen family a lesson. I nodded okay. This time we must let them know what will happen if they mess with us. However, we must be careful and not let Shaolin take advantage of us. Just when we were about to fight back, Shaolin took the lead. He used his identity as the young master of the Dragon King Palace to gather a group of forces and launched an attack on the Lang family's industry. Several cooperative companies of the Lang family suddenly broke their contracts, causing problems with the Lang family's capital chain. Lang Qinkyu, Ayu almost fainted when she heard the news. I hurriedly supported her, looking at her haggard appearance. My heart was full of heartache and anger. Qinkyu Ayu, don't worry, I will find a way to solve the funding problem now. I used all my savings and borrowed money from some friends to temporarily alleviate the Lang family's financial crisis. But this is only a stopgap measure, and we must find a way to fight back as soon as possible. At this critical moment, the Pure Love system suddenly issued a prompt. It is detected that the host and the Pure Love object are facing a major crisis, and a special task is started. Task content: within 1 month, let Lang Qinkyu feel the real love, and increase hurt rust in you to 90, and you can get a mysterious reward to help solve the crisis. Looking at the system prompt, I know this is the key to our reversal of the situation. I decided to put aside the external disputes for the time being, accompany Lang Qinkyu wholeheartedly, and let her feel my love for her. In the following days, I would come to Lang's house early every day, make breakfast for Lang Qinkyu, read books and chat with her. I also took her to the suburbs. Although she couldn't see, I would carefully describe the beautiful scenery around her so that she could feel the beauty of nature. One day, we sat gently, held her hand. Qinkyu, no matter how complicated and dangerous the outside world is, I will always be with you. You are everything to me, and for you, I can give up everything. Lang Qinkyu eyes were wet, and she leaned on my shoulder. How Chen, thank you. I used to think that revenge was everything to me. Until I met you, I knew that it was such a happy feeling to be loved by someone. As our relationship grew, Lang Qinkyu's trust in me also grew. But this time, we finally found the key evidence to fight back against the Shen family. Don't stop, damn it. I carefully unfolded the evidence I collected. It was the ironclad evidence that Shen Water secretly colluded with other families to suppress the Lang family and spread rumors, including some shady transaction records and malicious planning details. Qinkyu, this is the key to our counterattack. I handed the evidence to her. Although she couldn't see it, I described the contents to her in detail. Thank you, Ayu nodded slightly, with a hint of fierceness in her eyes. Very good, with these, the conspiracy of the Shen family will be exposed to everyone. At the same time, I arranged for Lao Gao to send these evidences anonymously to major media, and contacted some families with good relations with the Gu family to explain the truth to them. Soon, the evil deeds of the Shen family were exposed, and those families that united with the Shen family turned against them after learning that they were being used. Chen Wanner never expected that everything she had carefully planned would be exposed so quickly, and she came to the door in a rage. Gu Hao Chen, you bastard, you actually dared to plot against me. Chen Wanner glared at me, her eyes full of resentment and anger. I looked at her coldly. Shen Wanner, you asked for all this. You did whatever it took to achieve your goal. And her you and the Lang family. This is your retribution. Shen Wanner wanted to say something, but Lang you spoke up. Shen Wanner, do you think you can cover the sky with one hand? From the moment you heard us, you should have thought that this day would come. Shen Wanner knew she was in the wrong, but she was still unwilling. Even so, don't think you can get away with it. Xiaolin will not let you go. Xiaolin, I raised my eyebrows. He is not an unreasonable person. Moreover, he was also used by you. Just then, Xiaolin also arrived. He looked at Shen Wanner with a hint of disappointment in his eyes. Shen Wanner, I didn't expect you to do such a thing. I always thought you just wanted to protect the Shen family, but I didn't expect you to do such a thing. Shen Wanner widened her eyes. Xiaolin, you actually helped them? We grew up together, don't forget our feelings. Xiaolin shook his head. Feelings? How could I help you if you don't even care about the most basic justice? Moreover, the relationship between Gu Hao Chen and Lan Yingyu, you made me see something different, and I won't be used by you again. Shen Wanner was completely panicked. She didn't expect that she would be abandoned by her friends and relatives. After this incident, the crisis of the Lang family was completely resolved, and the Gu family also became more stable in Zhonghai City with the efforts of my father and me. And my feelings for Lang Qingqiu, became deeper and deeper. She was no longer the cold revenge machine, but a woman who would show a gentle smile in front of me. Lang Linger also completely changed her opinion of me. Brother-in-law, I didn't expect you to be so powerful. I misunderstood you before. I smiled and touched her head. Silly girl. We are one family and don't talk about different things. Thanking you, you leaned against me and whispered, Hao Chen, thank you. It's you who made me feel the warmth of home and the beauty of love. I held her hand tightly. Yu, no matter what difficulties we encounter in the future, we will face them together. I will always be with you, forever. As the days passed, Len Yu and I began to plan our future. We planned to integrate the industries of the Leng and Gu families first, and then open up new markets together. In this process, the points of the Pure Love system are also increasing. I used the points to exchange for some drugs and equipment that helped Leng Yu restore her eyesight. Although she said she didn't care, I knew she was still looking forward to seeing the light again. How Chen, do you think I can really see? Leng Yu, I asked with some expectation and nervousness. I looked at her gently. Of course, with me here, I will definitely let you see this beautiful world. Just as we were working hard for the future, another crisis quietly came. A mysterious organization appeared in Zhonghai City. They seemed to be very interested in the industries of the Lang family, and they were ruthless and had begun to attack some of our businesses. Hao Chen, it seems that we have a new enemy. Leng Yu, I frowned, with a hint of vigilance in his tone. I nodded with a firm look in my eyes. No matter who it is, if they dare to touch us, don't blame us for being rude. Yu, let's face it together. So, Lang Qianqiu and I began to investigate this mysterious organization, and Lang Linger also volunteered to help. We found that this organization seemed to have a close connection with the people who massacred the Lang family that year, which made Lang Qianqiu's eyes flash with a hint of murderous intent. How can it seems that they are the murderers of that year? Lang Qianqiu clenched his fists. This time I must make them pay with blood. I put my arm around her shoulders. Qianqiu, we will make them pay. However, we have to be careful. This organization is very mysterious. We can act rashly. Just as we were about to start the investigation, Xiaolin appeared again. He didn't come to make trouble this time, but to help. Gu Hao Chen, Lang Qianqiu, I know you are investigating that mysterious organization. I also have some clues. We can cooperate. Xiaolin said seriously. Lang Qianqiu and I looked at each other. Although I was still a little wary of him, cooperation might be the best way for the current situation. Okay, Xiaolin. I hope you are sincere this time. I said. Xiaolin nodded. I have seen the true face of Shengwaner, and I know that what happened back then was not that simple. I want to make up for my mistakes and help you find the truth together. So, the four of us began to investigate the mysterious organization. During the investigation, the clues provided by Xiaolin played a key role, and we soon found the lair of the mysterious organization. It's here. Xiaolin pointed to a gloomy building with a hint of tension in his eyes. I clenched my fists. Let's go in on, let them know the consequences of offending us. They carefully sneaked into the building, which was full of traps. We relied on our own abilities and tacit understanding to overcome all obstacles. Just when we were about to find the leader of the mysterious organization, the leader took the initiative to show up. You are really capable, but this is my territory and you can't think of getting out alive today. The leader laughed, his eyes full of confidence. Lang Qianqiu looked at him coldly. Do you think you can stop us? You massacred the Lang family that year. Today is the time for you to pay back. When the leader heard the Lang family, a trace of panic flashed in his eyes, but he quickly regained his composure. Lang family. So what, do you think you can deal with me, with just a few of you? Just then, Xiaolin and I looked at each other, and we attacked the leader at the same time. Lang Qianqiu and Linger were not to be outdone and cooperated with us. After a fierce battle, we finally defeated the leader and found evidence of the massacre of the Lang family that year. Qianqiu, we succeeded. I hugged Lang Qianqiu excitedly. Lang Qianqiu had tears in her eyes. Thank you. Hao Chen, then Jiaolin, and Linger, you made it possible for me to avenge the Lang family. Xiaolin said, Lang Qianqiu, this is our joint achievement, and I can finally let go of the guilt in my heart. Lang Linger also jumped up happily. Sister, brother-in-law, let's go home. So, we left the building with the evidence. Back at the Lang family, Lang Qianqiu made the evidence public, and the truth of the Lang family's tragedy was finally revealed. People in Zhanghe City expressed sympathy and support for the Lang family, and the reputation of the Lang family was completely restored. And Lang Qianqiu and I also had a deeper relationship in this process. Hao Chen, wait until I recover my eyesight. I want to take a good look at you. Lang Qianqiu leaned in my arms and said softly. I smiled and touched her head. Okay, I'll wait for you. With the help of the Pure Love system Lang Qianqiu, Ayu's eyesight gradually recovered, and our lives became better and better. With our efforts, the Lang family and the Gu family became the most powerful forces in Zhanghe City. From then on, we lived a happy life, faced future challenges together, and protected each other and our home.